The Kotch videos are sponsored by the Little Rail House of Wellingborough. I didn't want to get my feet wet, but there's water in them wellies. Oh dear. Hello you beautiful lot, it's Purple and welcome to this weekend's Kotch video. Yep, we are kotching. So, oh, it's oh, look at her, look. Oh, beautiful. Oh, someone's been camping, but at least they cleared that lot off. That's good. Oh, that's much better. But there's still quite a lot of debris in the back, so I need to rake all that out, mound it in a pile here and set it on fire right next to the river so it doesn't cause any more devastation. But there's so much junk that's come down from the river. There's a lot of work to be done. But Leanne's got a couple of bits to do, but she'll be joining us around about 12 o'clock. So I've got to try and make use of myself until then. So I've got plenty to do. But yeah, ain't she beautiful? Oh, someone's had another fire as well. Burning plastic. Yeah, cheers guys. Don't burn plastic. Oh, this is much better. I wonder if that's dry yet. Yeah, that's nice and dry. See if I can chop that one up. So that's cool. There's a couple of barrels. What are they? Oh, they've just floated downstream. What's that? Oh well, but one of the big missions I want to do today, and the main reason why I've got my backpack is because today is the day we put the ladder back. So someone kindly retrieved it for us, but what I've got to do is put one end up the top and kind of drag it that way. So that's going to be amusing. But of course, because I'm going to be getting wet, I'm going to be wanting a fire somewhere to dry off. So clear that willow then, and then when the missus gets here a little bit later, we'll do the grand piece and put the bridge back, ready for you all to come down and enjoy. So do excuse me a minute, I'll see you in a little while. I'm going to go prepare myself.
A few moments later.
Right, so here we are then. I've got my fork back. I need to try and clear all of that out. I mean, that fire there was a bit too close. Look, it's going to burn anything new up here where the heat rises. You don't want to be doing that. So yeah, I think I'm going to set up the fire about there. Yeah, hang on. Oh, what we got? Oh, what's that? God, that looks a bit cool. Oh wow, oh dear, look at that. You know what that is, don't you? That's a pike. Look at that jaw. Bloody teeth on it. Wow. That's an ornament. Oh wow. Right, okay, I'll set up this camera and yeah, we'll get the fire going. Bloody right. that's that then. Look at that, 20 times better. Now I have put all that there because it's turned like a mulch and it's all full of mud. So what I need to do is I just need that to dry out. Hopefully the river doesn't raise up in a couple of days, but I'll be able to come back down, move that over, and we'll get it on fire and get rid of that beauty. Also was clearing that out, there was a lady and a young lad walking around the top and caught me moving a couple of logs. And that lady happens to be part of Northamptonshire Walks, which I don't know if you know, Dave Askew has set up a website which has so many walk numbers and different walk areas that you can take for legal footpaths and just checking out the beautiful countryside. It's done really well. I believe some news crews have got hold of him as well. So yeah, all right, big shout out to Northamptonshire Walks, absolute legends. But I suppose what I need to do is I need to put that fire out, and I now need to go over to the butterfly bank. Right, well, change of plan. I did go down to the butterfly bank, but to be honest, it's really good. So I don't know if someone's been down there and cleared off all the debris, but I'll come down this bit, and my favourite gentleman of all came down. See if we can see him still. Yeah, Michael, a loveliest gentleman who's been coming down here for the last, well, he's 74 now, and he used to come down here when he was 14. And of course he's been here ever since I first used to come down here and stay, literally years ago now. So yeah, big shout out to Michael, what a truly enlightening character. So that only leaves one more thing to do then, and that's the ladder. Now I am afraid Leanne can't come and join us. She's walked as far as the Hemmingwell and she's already out of breath, and don't forget we got to walk back home from here, which is a good, what, 5 mile home. So yeah, I'm afraid Leanne can't join us, but she sends you all her love and she's doing really well. Baby's growing just fine. I do believe we have our next appointment on the 9th of April, so hopefully we'll find out what the gender is. But yeah, me, I'm going to go set up, because of course I'll need to change out of my wet clothes. So I'm going to set the chair up, put the towel out, and you can watch me put this ladder back in. Oh dear. I do believe the clocks go forward tonight as well, so epic marking the occasion. Right, oh, the bit I look forward to every year, putting the bridge back. Right, so I'll set that up there. It's cool. So what I do is I put my scaffolding bar in there, and then that ends there. So this end is going to have to sit up on the bank, and then I'll rest it in there and drag it over to the other side, which means getting wet, I'm afraid. So bear with me and I'll prepare myself. What a mission, but that is the best I've ever done that bridge. I mean, getting it in the water, of course, I'm not finished. In the same shot. Right, now we're on the other side. I would just like to point out these little bird feeders the children have made. I do believe it'll be little Jessica, bless her heart, and maybe even a couple of others. So I have come round and I've put some mealworm in them. But if anybody would like to donate some bird feed, then I can keep these topped up all the time, because to be fair, we don't really have any money at the minute. Yeah, so any donations to the Kotch, anything you think we can use, bird houses, bird feeders, anything to do with the wildlife, please come on down, add it to the collection. Right, now that monstrosity, I mean, that looks deep, and it's probably going to go in the top of my wellies, but I'm sure I can do it. Should we go for it? That'll do, won't it? Look at that. So okay, I need to go get the post and just put it in the end of the ladder here, so you've got a bit of a rail, nothing dug in. So awesome. No, I didn't want to get my feet wet, but there's water in them wellies. Oh dear. Yeah, look. It's all part of the fun, isn't it? Right, okay, I'm going to get some dry clobber on, and yeah, we'll pick up from there. I won't be a minute.
A few moments later.
There we go then, I'm all dry now. But my favourite wellies, I've got more exploring to do when they're wet, so yeah, good one. Anyway, put the post back in to keep the rope nice and tight. Now, we're not allowed to dig into the bank, so all I do is I wedge it in there. So should you find that it's unwedged, just whack it back in there, and it's just a little guide rail, so you got something to hold on to, just in case. But now that I am on this other side, the crayfish are causing such a devastation here. Look at all these holes. Look at them all. That is ridiculous. And of course, if you remember last year, I must have got about, I don't know, I think it was about 250 we counted between all the groups that came down. Leanne was absolutely amazing with it all as well. She loved it, and the kids as well. So they just had a little bit of fishing line with a bit of bacon on the end, put it in the water, and they're just pulling them out. So these are American signal crayfish, and they are a bane to our rivers. They pollute them. They cause so many holes in the riverbank like that. And of course, all these holes have made it weak, so it's just dropped. Where this river's just coming in, this here is gone. This is fresh. That drop there, and all these blooming holes. These crayfish are causing devastation here, and they are American signal crayfish, all right. So yeah, they are a huge pest to our rivers. If you're worried about the English crayfish, I'll tell you right now, there are none left. Out of everything I've pulled out of this river, there are none left, because these American signal crayfish, they've actually got big claws, and they're cannibals, so they eat each other. They're not as calm as the English crayfish. And I do believe the English crayfish is now rare. So if you find them, kind of try and do your best to get rid of the actual American signal crayfish, but put the English ones back. It's bad. But yeah, anyway, sorry Leanne couldn't come and join us. It's just too far for her to walk, like I said. And of course, now her body's producing extra bits for the baby. Her whole body is pretty worn down, so it's going to be a case of walking here and then getting a taxi back in future. That'll do from me. I hope that kind of explains a little bit of what we do down here. The bridge is now back in place, so you can get across safely. Do go careful. I don't want any of these big trees being chopped down. I don't want no branches being chopped. I've had to go hide my saws, because whenever I leave them, people seem to think, oh yeah, we can come in and chop. Well, I'll tell you now, if the environmental agency catch you chopping these willows, you're going to be in big trouble. If I catch you, I'll just catch you on film, and then I'll be sending it off. Sorry. Yeah, leave the trees alone. If you're going to have a fire, make sure it's controlled down by the river. If you're going to fish, it is free waters, but you will still need your environmental agency fishing license, just to prove that you know what you're doing, all right? So, with all that in mind, I hope you have a glorious weekend. Peace, love and light, with a touch of Northants unity.